Go ahead.
If you look at tonight, how would you describe that third period? Maybe what made it so different offensively, where it seemed like in the beginning it was kind of hard for you guys to get consistency with your chances, but in the third, it felt like it flowed more freely. So what do you think was the difference?
Well, we had a good push at the start of the third. We had at least 5 good chances probably in the first 4 minutes of the period. It tightened up from there, but we had real good chances to start the third period. Couldn't get one of those to go. Like I said, it tightened up from there in the third period. We weren't able to generate a ton 5-on-5, but our power play really got going and got us one. And for sure we could have had another one on the second power play where we had, if I recall, I think we had probably at least 3 good looks. One from Donskoy inside. And then I think Donato had the play to the net, and then we had a rebound off of that. So those were the chances that we generated later in the period. Those were power play chances.
And so with that third period, like when you see like, hey, it's a little bit more consistency. What's it been like to try to get that consistency spread across a full 60 minutes?
Well, we had pretty good consistency throughout, a good part of this game. You're not going to come out against this team and generate a ton of offense. The key there is also not giving up a ton of offense, and we didn't give up very much. But what we did, were the breakaways in the second period are plays that those are they're too easy to give up to the to that opposition.
Structurally, what did you think of your team's play in the defensive end, though? I mean, obviously there were those rushes that led to goals.
Structurally in the D zone, we were good. We didn't give up very much. We had a couple of extended shifts, but everything was to the outside. Gruby did a good job on those. Our D did a good job on second pucks. This is a very good, they're a very good forechecking team. They're going to come up with some pucks. They're going to spend some time. I believe they're one of the top teams in the league in terms of shots on goal per game. So that means they probably spent a lot of time in the O zone. I didn't think they, were able to generate that much zone time. So, for me in our D zone, when we did spend time there, we were able to push a lot of it to the outside and battled hard.
You mentioned the power play. Obviously that was a big struggle for a while. Johansson comes back, gets an assist on the first power play goal you guys had in quite a while, and then he scores tonight on the power play. Do you think that's a key piece that's been missing, or what?
It is. We've seen the swagger begin to grow. Even you start to see these things in practice, and we've started to see it show itself in games now a little bit. We saw it again this morning. Even just it's a morning skate, but it matters. And you start to see some of the chemistry in the swagger, and both units had a little bit of that this morning, and I believe they showed that as well tonight. So that's a piece that we need going for us, and more good signs tonight. Again, we're not looking for signs. We went out, we scored a big goal at a good time. We had an opportunity to get another one, and we weren't able to get those good chances to go in.
So in the first period, it didn't seem like you generated a lot. How did you feel about your start tonight over the first 20 minutes?
Yeah, just tight hockey game both ways. In the first period, I felt like it's little things in the first period for me that I think we can do a little bit better. If you look at a lot of the line changes, they started with the puck. Probably 4 or 5 times they start with possession. We didn't give up anything off of it, but automatically we're going to start by defending. And then against a team that is good in the neutral zone, we pushed the puck into the middle of the rink too much in the first period, and that took away opportunities to play in the O zone. But overall, in terms of we didn't give up a whole lot. We didn't get a whole lot. It was a tight period of hockey.
How do you sort of keep that big picture, knowing that, like, yes, you lost 4 in a row, but it's still November and 67 games left, and a lot can happen?
Well, right now, the best for our team is to focus on the present and focus on what we're doing right now in order to push ourselves out of this. And that's where I want our team's focus to be. If we start looking at big picture and what's coming down the road, there will be a time for that. I believe right now the time is, to turn our attention to our next segment, turn our attention to our next game. We got a day of practice tomorrow. We have a day off. another day of practice on Tuesday to get ready for our next game here at home.
That'd be funny. What allows you to be like that even feel to where when you get that point across everyone, you're just like, hey, look, like this is just what we've got to do at a time when some people might not be that.
Well, there's all kinds of emotion that are involved in this, so don't get me wrong. There's a ton of emotion for our players. They're working hard. In some cases, a couple of the mistakes tonight came from guys trying almost too hard. Trying to make something happen. When things are going well, you take what the game gives you. You work for it, but you have to take what's there. A couple of spots tonight, we pressed a little bit too hard, and it cost us. So I won't fault our guys' effort in any way, shape, or form tonight. I love the fact that we fought our asses off in the third period. And that's part of the reason for taking the goaltender at 5+ minutes. We hadn't scored 5-on-5 yet. We had generated good opportunities early in the third. Those opportunities slowed down a little bit, but we were still working hard enough to draw a couple of power plays. Power plays produced. My belief is when your team is fighting that hard, we're going to take every opportunity. We're not looking to keep it close. We're going to take every opportunity to push and get this thing tied up and push it into overtime.
Hey, Dave, it was almost overlooked, but would you care to talk about Cam Talbot tonight? He played a pretty solid game.
Yeah, he was good tonight. The first period, we didn't have a ton going at him. What we didn't have as much traffic at the net front as we needed. We had some good looks in the second and third, and he was strong for them.
Do you feel like the guys feel maybe a little bit of pressure off their backs after finally getting a power play goal after a while?
I think that pressure went off their backs a couple games ago, because it's when you start feeling good, you know when you start to feel some chemistry. The pressure always comes back to, yes, wanting to finish and be a part of doing something positive, so it helps to build the confidence and build the swagger. But honestly, I've seen the two power play groups loosen up here over the last few days, and to see them go out again, perform well tonight. Again, it's positive, but as I said earlier on, it's not about just showing good signs. It's about results, and that's what we all want in that dressing room. So I know the guys have that on their mind, but in terms of the confidence that they're carrying onto the ice, each and every power play right now, it's a good level of confidence.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Thank you.